Why don't you go harder?
Angle that one right there.
Pull it in just a little bit towards the center line. Why don't you have that little gift that's in there for you too? Why don't you take a knee?
Really, guys? Come on.
God. How's that framing look, Kyle?
We gotta zoom out a little bit.
Kanan, crack it.
Wait,
Kanan, take it in.
again?
Kanan, I believe in you.
Welcome to Daily Transmission Tangents. Roll the thing.
It's my favorite day, Zach. You know what happened on Monday, right?
Whoever's car loses, they have to shave the facial hair of choice of the winner. So it looks like we're gonna shave Dan on Friday.
Made a bet with Dan, a couple CRXs from Monday's episode, and yours truly came out on top. Today, it's time to pay the piper, and I brought my boy Zach to help with the payback.
Dude, I already see it.
It's time for you to shave your beard, son. What do we got in here? Well, Mr. Handsome Dan, since Nads has the DTTs from a lifetime of human abuse, I'm gonna do the shaving here so we don't like ruin your face. Open that up. Let's see what's in there. Yeah. Yep. We're not gonna need any of that. Are you one of these loaded up?
I think we need that.
Nah, we're good.
No, that's good.
Dan here is from the Midwest where I'm from, so here's what I'm thinking, right? We give him like a Ted Nugent circa 1977, but then we maybe like line it up right here and give him some nice chop action.
Little definition.
Yeah.
Like the chop.
Should I be as nervous as I am right now?
That's cool. Is it? It's kind of long, though.
Hot water,
that-
right on.
That's gotta work, right? Does that work?
Yeah,
Sure it does.
probably. Oh,
Just go easy.
is that a mole?
I don't know.
Just shave it off.
I don't understand. He lost the bet and now he's gonna look
It's a
cooler
it's
than
actually
before.
a good look.
There's shave cream and
How's that? Ned, this is
that feels
incredibly dangerous.
that feels fucking scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Should I go against the grain?
No, side to side.
No.
So you have that on the other side too, that nice.
Oh, what? I didn't even
Yeah.
see that.
What is that?
How do you use that?
Oh, dude, I don't want to
Just use the other side.
What?
That's the chin
Yeah,
dragger.
that's like only on
straight-
expensive
That's the chin
razors.
dragger.
Wait, so what do you mean you like that?
No. Straight lines.
Oh, what?
Straight lines.
Like this?
no, not
Definition
side.
like.
Oh my god.
Oh, the divots are good.
Wow, he's been going over that same spot for a while.
With no cream. They sent all that nice cream and stuff. Why did we not use it?
All right, here we go.
This is not appropriate. No,
let's
you
just
put
go
more of it
straight
on.
Oh, dude.
This is just not how it's supposed to be done at all. Like,
Well, you know, Dan, you shouldn't lose bets.
Oh,
my god.
that one's stuck. I don't want to do this anymore.
The one thing I hate about buying razors at a store is that you can't even buy the damn razors without somebody coming and unlocking it.
this is what I had in mind. Handlebars.
Yeah, right?
I mean, he's got a natural face for
Yeah.
handlebars.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Kyle knows.
Chamomile. It feels lovely. Is this a butt wipe?
One wipe Charlie's.
It feels great.
If you're trying to get like this,
Missouri.
if you're trying to get like this, follow this link below.
Is this a Cleveland
Right.
steamer?
Nah. Follow that link below. Get yourself a trial shake. Do it. Do the thing.
Money talks, bull talks.
Oh wait, that's the hat, dude.
What's the hat?
That hat.
Why this hat?
You're the only one in the world that has a hat.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
the
jealous.
prototype.
Prototype. So this is the first time Will and I kind of went on our own adventure.
Yes,
Right?
people let us do a lot of crazy things, but not together.
Well, the thing is,
this-
we've traveled the world together, shooting kind of interesting things, but we actually never get to drive ourselves.
No.
But this time we actually got to drive, and we got to drive something pretty crazy.
Yeah, something that we both love that I'm surprised anyone let us drive.
Kelly Moss Road and Race built this Safari 4 911. It's basically like a 964, but like this crazy off-road version, but it's plush. It is a 300,000 plus build that they just let Will and I thrash all day.
Can you elaborate on this level of thrash?
I was actually really nervous about going to drive this at all because I don't want to be responsible for a $300,000 car. Immediately, as soon as we get there, the owner of the car,
Andy,
and the general manager of Kelly Moss Road and Race is just bouncing off the limiter, doing donuts and stuff, and set a really good example of what we should do in the car.
I didn't realize that Andy was literally going to jump into it, put it in first gear, and let it sit on the rev limiter for minutes at a time.
Yeah.
You know, basically coating the entire inside of the car with a thick layer of snow because the windows were down.
Yeah. It looked like somebody had a snow cone machine on the inside and just let it go everywhere.
I knew what it already sounded this car, but Will was riding with me the first time that we got in it. He never realized how loud it was inside of the car because basically you'll see in the video the supercharger or the intake is right next to you. It's so loud, it's almost unbearably loud.
Yeah.
Right? It's so much louder inside versus outside.
The best way to show it is just go to the footage of it because it's insane.
All right, what lake are we pulling in? Konoshka.
I don't know. I hear Google Maps pronounce it. It was like,
This is a huge lake.
yeah, this is not what I was expecting at all.
Okay, all right, let's see what it looks like when we get on there. We out here, about to drive the Kelly Moss Road and Race all-wheel drive Safari 4. Boom. I can't believe we're driving this thing.
All right.
Okay, all right, everything's good. Oh my god. Dude, it's so weird. It's so weird that I'm driving on a lake. Is it loud inside?
Dude, it sounds like the supercharger is literally right behind your head. Supercharger. It's so easy. This is the most fun I had. It's such so much fun. But when the dude that owns it already does it before you can even ask him.
Yeah, no. Then in fact we got scumbagged.
Yeah. Who's the real scumbag?
Yeah. Tell us who you are and what do we have here?
So my name's Andy Kilcoyne. I'm the general manager of Kelly Moss and the owner of VG Online Car Auctions. What we have here is Kelly Moss Creation. This is the third version of our Safari cars.
So tell us a little bit. Let's start with the motor.
Motor's a built-out 3.8. Uses a Eaton supercharger. It has a water-to-air intercooler, which is kind of a bizarre kick on a air-cooled car. But the custom deck lid that we made houses the charge air feature of it, mounted inside there. All the custom louvers we made here out of carbon on that. Compilation of a bunch of different ideas and pieces as part of a late model 991 in here. Made it and built a mold off of it.
I didn't even notice that. So now that he mentioned that, I never noticed these lines when you had it open before. I was like, I never understand why this deck lid's this shape, but now it makes...
You know, there's several different design pieces here. I mean, the deck lid started as a whale tail and then it uses a 991 Generation 1 top on it. We made the custom bezel on it. You know, we wanted to keep it a little, you know, really traditional as far as, you know, the Porsche styles, but there's several different styles that are kind of all tied in one.
So 3.8.
3.8.
964, I don't think came with a 3.8.
It was a 3.6 originally. It was a pretty low mileage one, but it's got some good cams in it. The heads have been reworked on it, and then the big supercharger puts out right around 450 horse, great torque, and it's pretty amazing for as lightweight as it is.
How much boost does that pulley make?
We're only around about 6 pounds.
Okay.
You know, trying to keep the heat down on it because obviously air-cooled car, it's, you know, it's a lot in a tight package, and the more horsepower you make, the more heat it makes. So it's all about heat management. It's got a pretty lightweight driveline on it, lightweight flywheel and clutch on it. You know, so it really accelerates hard.
I want to talk about some of this design stuff in here.
Oh yeah.
To me, like, and in seeing the previous generations of your Safari car, what was up with why did you choose to kind of do the more molded in style?
So this one was, you know, we've done like a really tactical version. We've done kind of a hunting version. This was all about lightweight and speed. So did the wide body flares on it, and then we still use the bumper tops from the wide body kit, and then did tubular bumpers on it, using carbon inlays in it. You know, just kind of a unique kick. That's all stuff that we make in house. Really big LED light bar, blindingly bright.
Right.
Very functional. You know, it's tied in right into the frame rails, and
Let's move to the front. Let's check out the front.
all right.
No Safari car is complete without a rally pod, right?
Gotta have the hood pod. So the carbon hood pods we make here, all the composite ones that are available are they fit like garbage. So we made one actually fit, and then traditionally the lights stick out in front of the pod, and then there's spring adjusters that mount behind it. We actually incorporated the adjusters behind the lamp. I like the look. I think it's cleaner. You know, so then you still have a 4-axis adjuster from the inside. So you know, just the four screws in the corners, you know, for directional.
One of the things that I noticed about this right away, the approach angle is so good.
It is. So we cut a huge amount out of the front bucket. That's the first thing that always gets, you know, damaged and hit really hard in these.
Yeah.
2 reasons. One for the ground clearance. The second reason is we used an RSR inspired oil cooler from like an older, like a 70s RSR. So it runs the front mounted oil cooler instead of having it mounted in the fender. The air relief and the return dumps out in the bottom side here.
Oh wow. It's kind of cool that it's not dumping air up.
Yep.
It's actually going down. Yeah.
Which is a little bit, you know, uncharacteristic of what, you know, most people do, but
right.
You know, it made a nice clean way to do it. Front bumper then protects the bottom of the bucket.
Yeah.
There's a skid pad there, and then it ties into the suspension point. So there's a lot of structure to this.
So what's under here?
Under here,
You made these in house also,
we
right?
did.
I love
we did.
this.
There's, believe it or not, there's like nobody out there that makes those. So here you can see the backside of the duct.
Oh,
from the
okay.
cooler.
Yeah, that's really cool.
We tried to, you know, do a lot of the bead rolls in there, so it looks like it's supposed to be there. You know, it's like a factory part.
Yeah, and the texture that you guys
Yep.
put on it is super clean.
Extreme Outback products, we partner with it at SEMA. That's their compressor and air tank system. It works great for blowing stuff off, blowing up, you know, airing up.
Airing
tires.
down in case you need to do some rock crawling in this
Right.
thing, you know. You guys did such a good job on this.
Thank you. It was a fun project. We did it in about 4.5 months. It wasn't supposed to turn out quite as nice as it did. It was just supposed to be a fun, you know, fun driver, and then it kind of snowballed.
Let's talk about the interior.
Okay. So traditional RS lightweight carpet, Recaro Profi XL seats that we had. They're leather seats, but we had the centers reupholstered to match the tartan style door panels, which is, you know, just kind of a nice homage to original Porsche nostalgia.
Not a crazy intrusive cage either. I love that the intake is inside. What made you guys want to do that?
Well, I mean, 2 reasons. I mean, one, case in point today, the amount of snow and stuff that we threw at it on the inside. You know, what was on the inside of the car is the same thing that was caked in the engine bay. So anything that, you know, we can keep from getting debris or anything sucked into the engine, you know, better for engine life.
Yeah, it's really a good
Plus,
idea.
it sounds really badass.
Plus, it sounds amazing.
I love everything is like so well integrated. It still looks really factory for being a race car. You know, it's like when you were building this, did you ever think I'm going to take this out on a local lake and
No, not at all. Everyone you told that we were going to do that said, yeah, right. You know, it's too nice of a car to go out and do something like that.
Yeah.
But,
You know, this is the thing is, it's actually not that wide for a Porsche, 215 all the way around. But the fact that it's just so meaty and we had so much traction today. And like, what about the suspension?
it's got Rieger triple adjustable rally dampers on it. Been a fair amount of roll center correction that we did to the front of the car with having it being all-wheel drive and having to lift it. Big Brembo brakes. We did there's the braid rally wheels that are done in black chrome, which is kind of a nice twist.
Yeah, it does have a lot of travel too, surprisingly. Huh?
It does.
Mean, I saw it got a little bit of air today when you were going over some of the bigger.
There's about 10 inches of total travel in it,
Wow.
so it's a fair amount for.
That's awesome. What about the exhaust?
Fab speed headers going to a GT3 Cup exhaust. And we had jet hot
Well, check this out. Look at this.
Wisconsin pure. Yeah, you could see those headers underneath there. I was like, those are really clean.
Yeah.
They're stainless. You can tell they got some pretty good heat to them.
Yeah.
It's pretty good color in the exhaust.
So you said cup car? Is that the 991 element, or is that?
Yep, exactly.
Cool.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for letting us rip on this thing.
Oh, guys, I'm so glad you could make it out.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
having
Thank you.
us, yeah.
Thank you. We'll have to do it again.
At any point did you feel like, oh shit, what if the ice cracks?
So that's a great point, because you're on a frozen lake and your mind is like, it could be deep here. We could fall through the ice. That's like legit fear. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
But we've shot ice racing before, and we shot it at probably the worst possible time of the year to do it, like beginning of March.
Well, there was one point where Will and I were walking over this one part of the ice for that shoot with Von Gittin Jr., and air was coming up. Like you could see bubbles coming up and water gushing out. I've even shot in Norway where I fell through the ice. And it stopped like at my crotch level. Plus, I used my cameras to push myself back out of the ice. I've been to a lot of race shops. I've been to a lot of performance shops. But what's crazy about this is it's just so unassuming that this level of a shop can be in Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, we were driving by it, it's just like this unassuming building, but inside is a world-class race shop where they field even 24-hour Le Mans teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, what did you think about it?
While we were there, they had 12 cars at the Roar before the 24 Hours of Daytona. So
right.
We didn't even get to see everything that they had there because there was 8 haulers on the road or something.
Yeah, and they're the customer race cars or whatever.
Yeah.
But what really impressed me was their rack setup where they stack cars on top of cars on top of cars. I mean, I've seen that before in like seriously the highest end shops like Canepa Motorsports, for example. They have like a bunch of 959s on a rack or whatever. But the cool thing about this shop, every car ran, and anytime any of the customers wanted to run their car, they would basically take the car down, prep it for them, take it to the track or whatever, you know, so.
If you could see the things.
If you could see what we saw, actually you probably wouldn't want to see what we just saw. Anyways, race shop was awesome. Plus all the carbon fiber stuff that they do in-house. I couldn't believe how much stuff they do in-house. I mean, they have
engine dyno, chassis dyno.
Right. Engine room.
Yeah.
I mean,
assembly room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was a world-class racing facility.
Yeah. Wow, talk about a good day in the office, right?
The best, yeah. It's gonna be hard to top that for the rest of 2018, unless Ken lets us drive the Hoonigan, which, I mean, we've showed that we're responsible.
Yeah, get in line, boys. The line starts right there.
So, what is rail car?
It's neither a rail nor really a car at this point, so.
You're both fired.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
We can't use any of that.